Freedom of speech versus silence in holiness. Before God's speech allowed among men, silence required. Before God, Scripture reveals a striking contrast. God allows freedom of speech among men, but when a man stands before him, speech gives way to silence and holiness. In human courts, words argue, defend, explain, and justify, but before the throne of God there is no debate. There is no rebuttal. There is no opposing testimony. Heaven is not impressed by eloquence, it responds to reverence. The prophet declares this with final authority. But the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 20. Silence here is not emptiness, it is recognition of absolute sovereignty. When God manifests his presence, human speech loses jurisdiction. Words end where holiness begins. This is echoed again in Zechariah. Be silent, O all flesh, before the Lord, for he is raised up out of his holy habitation. Zechariah chapter 2, verse 13. Notice the scope, all flesh. No rank, no office, no spiritual claim exempts a man from silence when God rises. Flesh may speak among flesh, but flesh must fall quiet before spirit. Ecclesiastes grounds this principle in worship. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God, for God is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 1-2. Distance is established here. Not relational distance, but authority distance. God speaks from heaven. Man answers with obedience, not verbosity. This explains why Scripture repeatedly shuts down human argument against divine will. Paul confronts this directly. Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against God? Romans chapter 9, verse 20. The question is not rhetorical, it is judicial. There is no permitted speech against God. To reply against him is already to step outside truth. Job learned this lesson the hard way. After chapters of explanation, reasoning, and self-defense, he finally arrives at the only acceptable posture. Behold, I am vile. What shall I answer thee? I will lay mine hand upon my mouth. Job chapter 40, verse 4. This is not humiliation. It is alignment. The hand over the mouth is the final act of wisdom. Yet this silence is not empty or passive. It is paired with holiness. When God establishes his reign, the inscription is clear. Holiness unto the Lord. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 20. Holiness replaces argument. Consecration replaces commentary. In God's presence, purity speaks louder than words ever could. This brings us back to the danger revealed in the sons of Sceva. They spoke loudly in the spiritual realm, but heaven did not recognize them, and hell did not respect them. They had speech without holiness, words without spirit, a name without submission. And they were answered, not by God, but by judgment. Thus the pattern is firm across Scripture. God permits speech in the realm of men, but before him identity is proven in silence and sanctification. There is no word spoken against him, only words spoken from him. When he speaks, all else ceases. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm chapter 46, verse 10. Stillness is not weakness. It is the language of those who truly know him.